Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League character artist confirms industry bias against attractive female characters. It's very difficult to pitch beautiful or vain black women in games without them coming back like grocery store aunties. And people thought I was smoking crap. Greetings once again, my friends, and welcome back to the GNRO Minicast. I am your host, Adam Mickelson, aka Drak. I hope everybody's having an awesome day or night when you're listening to this. And we have another awesome story brought to us by BoundingIntoComics.com with Spencer Baculi as the author. And this is going once again into a couple of different forays, one of which I know that some people have affectionately called Tifa-gate at this point, where you can't have attractive female characters in video games anymore. But I also think this is stemming from the other existing issue of Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League. You know, the failed WB game that continues to fail, even though they debuted a gender-swapped Mr. Freeze and made them gay. And the Cartman joke just keeps inserting itself in there.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? According to a developer who absolutely has no love for the people or ideologies who regularly raise the issue, the Western gaming industry does in fact hold a very, very real bias against beautiful female characters, as we have seen especially this year with them just trying to uglify the crap out of everything. Confirmation to this fact was provided by Del Walker, an industry character artist whose credits include such notable titles as Batman Arkham Knight, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and of course, Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League. Retweeting a picture of English footballer Bukayo Saka's girlfriend, Ptolemy Benson, wearing a jacket emblazoned with the Arsenal right-winger's original jersey number on June 18th, Walker recalled, "There's been a handful of times I've pitched black women characters that look like this. Then after 10 iterations, the concept or model comes back without a speck of the original beauty I pitched." And yep, nope, not surprised by that in the slightest. Because only people who think like them are allowed to look like that. Proceeding to compare another photo of Benson against an official promotional image of Commander Wright from Sega's canceled hero shooter Hyenas, Walker then elaborated, "I'm not talking about mild changes. I'm talking about pose, aura, style, softness, age, flair. I hate giving Gamergate men fuel." Oh, pfft, he added, "but it's very difficult to pitch beautiful or vain black women in games without them coming back like grocery store aunties. There is room for both." And as much as I don't like the Gamergate BS, he does make a very good point. Met with the anecdote from indie developer Richmond Lee, "Dude, a friend of mine, an Asian woman, was just telling me how this happens to her when she designs Asian women for Western games. They always have her work redesigned by a Western artist to look more stereotypical, then pat themselves on the back for good representation." Walker further opined, "Yes, they also assume adding stereotypical ethno features with a blunt force is some sort of Hail Mary when a range of diversity exists inside diversity." Oh my god. Okay. They are making good points, but immediately in my head when he said diversity existing inside of diversity, I immediately went to the Kingdom Hearts mode of darkness within darkness within darkness. Shivany Christmas. It's just so stupid. But yes, this is happening in the industry, and it's driving me batshit crazy. Because yes, you can have sexy women. You can also have average-looking women. You can also have ugly women. It's all okay. We don't have to uglify sexy characters in games, or worse, in some cases, Microsoft, make them look like men. Naughty Dog. Don't make me bring in another Abyssina joke. The dude's on a retirement tour, come on. Further, as to what he considered an attractive black female, Walker would agree with Rocksteady Games character artist Lois Starkey that Alan Wake 2's Saga Anderson was both beautiful and soft in a way I hadn't seen for a while in games. Yes, he exclaimed in turn, a successful translation for sure. To me, she just looks like Jada Pinkett Smith with resting bitch face, but that's me. So there you have it, players. The next time someone attempts to belittle you or write you off for noticing that your favorite female video game characters, at least in the West, are starting to look more and more rough, you can rest easy knowing that even industry insiders are aware of and fed up with this insulting trend. No, we all are, and we want to be able to create characters for the sake of creating characters. We don't want to have some corporate bigwig come and tell us, well, she's not fat enough, or she's not gay enough, or she's way too attractive. How about you just let us create the damn characters and bring in your goddamn money? That's really all we care about. And for all the people that I know are probably going to come up to this and go, but Drak, this doesn't happen. First of all, gaslighting, stop it. You know better. But second of all, I go ahead and do a double dip here, shall we? And this article actually comes to us from John F. Trent and That Park Place, because this is yet another example of it. Sweet Baby Inc. involved in Insomniac Games' upcoming Marvel's Wolverine game. Playable character Jean Grey, gets the ugly treatment. Yes, it happens. It's going to happen in the Wolverine game. Hey, Mary Kenny, or whoever the fuck you are, I know everybody still watches that video, and I've long since forgotten about the bitch, but see, I was right. Go fuck yourself. Sweet Baby Inc. is confirmed to be working on Insomniac Games' upcoming Marvel's Wolverine game, as hacked video shows that Jean Grey has gotten the ugly treatment, and I'll have an image up for you guys so you guys can see it for a fact. Video of gameplay from Marvel's Wolverine was hacked in December 2023. This is where we basically found out that the plot of Wolverine isn't looking so good, and I'm already disappointed with what it looks like to be another Insomniac bad game, with Insomniac Games confirming the hack. The company wrote on Twitterman X, "We are aware that stolen data includes personal information belonging to our employees, former employees, and independent contractors. It also includes early development details about Marvel's Wolverine for PS5. It added, Marvel's Wolverine continues as planned. The game is in early production and will no doubt greatly evolve throughout development, as do all our plans." And I'm gonna go ahead and press X to doubt right then and there. The hacked footage revealed that there is gameplay that allows players to play as Jean Grey. It also revealed character designs for Jean Grey that make the character look more like Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy. Let's put a comparison up. Yeah, it's kind of accurate. Than any Marvel Comics artist depiction of the famous member of the X-Men, let alone live-action depictions such as Famke Janssen or Sophie Turner. I mean, it might be more accurate to the new X-Men, where they gender swapped and added about 400 pounds and made the Jean Grey version an Instagram influencer. Yeah, that was so great. Love it. Former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Curran, hey Grums, recently pointed this out, commenting, "Look at what happened to Jean Grey from Insomniac Games. Marvel's Wolverine, from these leaked early screenshots of the first beautiful model to the masculine, world-weary version we have today. They are ruining Marvel." Oh God, they are. And it's on them, because as far as I'm concerned, the best days of Marvel are long since past them, and we can always go back to those. Not only did Kern point out the differences in the images of Jean Grey, but he also shared confirmation that video game consulting company Sweet Baby Inc. is indeed working on the game. So that already tells you, boys and girls, don't buy the game, because they already fucked up Spider-Man. And Peter Parker is Spider-Man, by the way, all the people who are going to get butthurt about that concept. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Kern noted, and yes, Marvel's Wolverine is a Sweet Baby Inc. game. He then shared a screenshot that was originally captured by Twitterman X user, Master of the TDS, showing Sweet Baby Inc.'s X account from, Twitterman X account. I will find a way to be able to just put that in wherever, from September 2021 that confirmed its involvement in the game, and I will put the tweet up right there. The post reads, "Thwip," and also "snicked." Oh, fuck off. So excited and grateful to say we're part of the teams bringing Spider-Man 2, and it failed, and Wolverine to life with the amazing folks at Insomniac Games. It's been truly a marvelous experience. Oh, boo, get off the damn stage. Returning to the topic of Jean Grey being made uglier, Kern rejected arguments attempting to explain the phenomenon. We were told it was the difficulty of scanning actors or just tricks of light and bad screen. No, fuck off. Those are bad excuses. Those are disingenuous arguments, and they know that, and shame on them for using it. That is bullshit. We were told we were incels for even questioning it. As a game dev, I knew this was BS. As gamers, you knew it was BS from comparisons with Asian games. Abso-fucking-lutely. Shall we bring up Stellar Blade again? Shall we do it again? Yesterday, we found out a principal artist read this as lead at major studios including Naughty Dog, Rocksteady, and Respawn told the truth. Oh, good God, yep. And just because I want to make sure that we refer to this, but yeah, something big happened yesterday and most people missed it. Even every theory we had about the uglification of women in AAA gaming turned out to be true. Look at what happened to Jean Grey, and there are even some screenshots there. Dude, they even added like 100 pounds onto her. Good fucking God. And it wasn't even a good idea to bring her in. I know that people love the whole the weird love triangle that goes on between Logan, Jean, and Scott, but just fuck off. Wolverine has had way better love interests. I still, to this fucking day, don't get what Jean Grey sees in Scott Summers, and frankly, it makes her less attractive to me because I don't get why she sees anything in Scott fucking Summers. Except in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because he's fucking amazing in that game. Grums is referring to comments made by Del Walker, a senior character artist and principal character artist who previously worked at Rocksteady on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Oh my gosh, we have another one! At Respawn, no, it's the same guy, sorry. At Respawn Entertainment on Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and at Naughty Dog on The Last of Us Part 2. So Walker wrote, "There's been a handful of times I've pitched..." Yeah, so this is the exact same tweet referring back to the Bounding into Comics article, so you guys can check that out. And it even goes into all of the other conversations that he was having. In another follow-up, I'm not talking about Miles... No, never mind. This is still following up. Sorry, just making sure. So yeah, that goes into the Bounding into Comics article again, but there you go. Grums commented, "Yesterday, a principal artist or lead at major studios such as Naughty Dog, Rocksteady Games, and Respawn talked about his frustration at trying to get his designs for beautiful female characters approved at AAA studios. Every time he concepted every time he pitched them, every time he pitched them, every time he brought it up at meetings, he was ignored. Inexplicably, each character went from beautiful to grocery store aunties." By the way, you know what, Del? I'm gonna give you that just because, like, you've made stupid arguments before. I'm pretty sure if I went to your profile, I'd see pronouns. I have no problem saying that you're knuckin' futz, but I'll give you some credit on the grocery store aunties because that does make sense. Each revision worse than the last. Rubs continued, this is no fan of gamers or Gamergate 2. This is a liberal, woke dev with seemingly a lot of talent who's bringing you this information. And he hates to have you use it, but he feels strongly enough that even he has to say something. Which is more than enough confirmation that even though we can have those disagreements when it comes to things like pronouns and mental illness and whatnot, we can still agree that the design of characters is shit right now in the gaming industry. Hence why I haven't really bought a AAA game this year, aside from Stellar Blade. "This is no myth," Grums declared. "This is no conspiracy theory. This is happening in AAA, and you were right all along. Why is this happening?" He explained, "We know that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved with Marvel's Wolverine. We know this because of Sweet Baby's own tweets, and because a narrative director for Insomniac's Wolverine game ran to the defense of Sweet Baby Inc., Mary Kenny. SBI does two things well talked about," he continued. "They assist with dialogue and story, and they also..." Assist is a very strong term, Grums. I take umbrage with the fact that you bring up assist, because all they do is make it worse. and they also assist with character design. By now, everybody knows SBI's public mission to insert DEI sensitivity into all games. This is their sole purpose and pitch as a consulting company. And this explains why Jean Grey went from great to grocery store auntie. All right, give you major credit there. Grums went on, we see this everywhere in AAA gaming. Why was it necessary to reduce Firecracker's butt size in COD? That cost time and money to do for a skin that was already completed. It made no sense. The only reason at all is politics. And that's why I've been saying, get politics out of the gaming industry. You can have politics within your universe, but as soon as you start referencing modern day politics with that intention, I'm fucking out. I'm just done because nobody can do it right anymore. That's even to say they could do it right in the first place. Don't do it. You want to put your own world's politics into it that maybe mirror real life? Okay, fine. We'll go into that and see whether or not it works. But if you're doing that explicitly with the intention of pointing out political talking points, specifically liberal ones, I even have a problem when conservative ones are pointed out too. Don't do it. Just don't. Michael Jordan, you said it best. Stop it. Get some help. After Me Too, there was a great call to reduce the sexualization of women, he elaborated. This horrible incident slammed into the entertainment industry. Everyone overcorrected. Now you can't have any female traits in gaming at all. Not even a butt. Ridiculously, the butts have to be smaller than even the male characters, which is just a crying shame. Look, I am a lover of the female form. All of the curves, not just specific ones. All of them. Don't wreck them. Femininity looks amazing. Don't make them look like guys. Guys are... I know that my buddy Brenton on the GNRO podcast is going to disagree with me, but guys just don't have those curves. I'm sorry. And it looks fucking ugly. Don't do it. Censorship ran rampant on outfits, with Asian games being targeted the most. The second reason was the political imperative to place women equal to men. I would take argument with this because now it has to be they are, quote, better than men. Even in places where it made no sense. Girl bosses. To prove women equal to men, no above them, they focused on the masculine traits. They had to beat men at their own strengths, which made absolutely no sense. Because the way that they're doing it is making themselves out to be men. You aren't that. Stop doing it. This means beefing up the women's models, giving them thicker bodies, which makes them look fucking ugly, having them beat up multiple men in physical fights in movies, which, again, makes zero to no sense unless you're fucking Storm, and even then it's not a physical fight, acting stoic, or resting bitch face, and above all, suppressing their feminine features and strengths. Or what he's basically pointing out is also taking things like adding the male jawline into facial models, which is just... Put up the Fable model. It's just fucking ugly. And despite whether or not the gaming industry likes me bringing this up, sex sells. And if you're not willing to go down that road, you deserve to fail. They call this making women more realistic. It's not. But it's really just making them look the opposite. Absolutely. They are completely unrealistic now. Cheap stand-ins for male tropes that display none of the natural strength of women and how they are strong in their own right. And this is coming from a guy who made the game Ember, and does not do that, by the way. And to my knowledge, Ember does still fairly well. I might be wrong, it might not even be out yet. I don't know. I haven't played Ember. The last reason, of course, is the trans movement. We've had a couple of internal leaks, including Naughty Dog, that have told us that female characters must be changed to appeal to the trans community. No, they should not. If they have beauty in their own right, even the trans people will find them attractive. The trans community that transitions to female, and that's the funniest part about all of that, is the majority of the trans community is male to female. They're gonna find it attractive regardless because they literally just want to fuck anything that moves. Okay? Sorry, not trying to be a dick, but that's the reality of a lot of the people that make these, quote, complaints. Trans community transitions to female wants to pass as female and feel included. Studios are bending over backwards to lower the bar for femininity in order to make this easier. Square jaw, removal of hips. He cites the Pokemon Go avatar update, reduction of bus size, all of this fits. He then questioned, but is all this really even helping? No, it's not. It's actually making things worse. And as it's been stated in the summer, video game sales have suffered because of it. I don't have the article in front of me, but I do remember seeing an article basically saying that overall video game sales, whether it be AAA or whatnot, are down. And I have a feeling that one of the biggest problems that went into this was this initiative. So, congratulations, you broke the gaming industry. He answered his rhetorical question. The answer is no. None of these changes help. They don't help the industry, plagued by layoffs and soft sales. They don't help gamers, many of whom are women who want to play beautiful female characters, or I would argue also, and he actually says this, they don't help trans who also want to pass as beautiful women and aspire to that. These are empty token gestures. Sorry, I'm going to add an award there for you, Grums. Soulless token gestures, born of a knee-jerk response to misguided empathy. They do more harm than good, and they will continue to hurt the entire industry as the trend continues. It's time to stop. Absolutely. What do you think of, what do you make of it being confirmed that Sweet Baby Inc. is working on Marvel's Wolverine? Well, we already knew that, and that it appears they are making Jean Grey ugly. Yeah, this is a problem throughout the entire gaming industry, and it needs to stop. Sex sells. Sexy men, sexy women, sexy aliens. Sex overall sells. And if you have a problem with sexy women, I don't know what to tell you, because they are still in music today, they're still in movies, they're still in film, and might I add, they were in books since who knows how long at this point. Sex just plain sells. And if you try to take it out, it's going to hurt in the long run for you. And the gaming industry is feeling that. The entertainment industry is feeling that overall, because now you can't have the sexy women in the great gowns anymore. You can't have the Bond girls. You can't have any of that. Because we can't have nice things when we have fucking rules lawyers, or in this case, just overly puritanical liberals doing this, which is the funniest thing to me. I grew up in a state that is considered to be overly puritanical when it comes to religious dogmas and things like that. And I hate to tell you this, Hollywood, but you are more puritanical than the state I live in. That says more than enough that your direction is not the right one. And why I continue to stand against puritanical nonsense like this. I stand against it when they try to uglify Eve in Stellar Blade. I stand against it when you try to reduce Tifa's bust size. And not because I'm just a man, but because that is how the character was designed. That's how we know that character. And guess what? When you try to make changes like that, you immediately turn off those who paid for your game. What I would recommend instead is, instead of focusing on all of the aesthetic, which is what all of this is doing, by the way. All of this is aesthetics. This is physical beauty. How about you work on your character development and make these characters more attractive via their character arcs? Oh, but we can't do that because even their character arcs are fucking ugly at this point. Do I need to mention games like Dustborn at this point? What I'm basically saying is this is a horrible practice in the gaming industry. I completely disagree with it. It hurts the industry. It hurts media overall to just sit there and go, well, we can't have anything sexy. It's real life. You're gonna come across a sexy man or a sexy woman in real life, whether you like it or not. And if your answer to that is just turn everything off, that has downsides as well. But that's my opinion on it. What do you guys think about this rampant trend in the video games industry this year? Leave a comment down below. It's not just this year. It's been happening for a couple of years now. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to be able to have that discussion. Also, if you're brand spanking new, consider leaving a like on the video if you liked it, and consider subscribing because that helps out with the algorithms and such and tells our YouTube overlords, they're just so gracious, that it's okay to be able to have discussions like this and it doesn't just immediately trigger or offend people. I mean, it will trigger and offend people, but that's more of a them problem than it is a me problem. So at that point, that'll go ahead and do it for me. Special thanks over to both Spencer Baculi and John F. Trent of Bounding Into Comics and That Park Place for the articles. And I will catch you guys next time for the next GNRO Minicast. Until then, take care, my friends.